Okay, we've got the new Chessbase 11 disk direct from Chessbase, and what we need to do is to find out how to install Chessbase 11 onto your computer. So first of all, when you put the DVD into the disk drive of your computer, you may well get a window that looks something like this, the autoplay window. Don't worry if you don't get that, but let's just have a quick look at what you'd like to do with this at the moment. Generally speaking, the simplest and easiest thing to do is simply click here where it says run setup.exe. Do some other options here, but this is the one we're interested in. Now, if this window didn't come up, there's a few things you can do. You can go into your computer or even to your start menu, and that should show the drives that are on your computer. So here you've got your computer hard drive, and here's the DVD drive. Simply double clicking on the Chessbase 11 icon, which you'll see looks familiar, just here, will start up the installation program. And a tip if you're using Windows Vista or Windows 7, which you don't need to do, but I've found has avoided some issues later on down the line, is actually go here. As I say, most people just click Run Setup here. If you click on this one, do what it says, which is to open a folder to view the files using Windows Explorer. And if you click on it, you'll get something like this. This shows you the different folders and files that are actually on the Chessbase 11 disk. And the reason I'm doing this is because there's a special thing with Windows 7 and Windows Vista which is called Run as Administrator. And in my experience, I've found that it's helped avoid future problems. So as I say, this is not vital, but it's a useful tip. So find the setup.exe file just there. Now use your mouse to right click on it. Normally you'd click with the left mouse button, but we're going to click with the right mouse button. When you do that, you'll see a whole pop-up window appear. And what we want to do is this section here for Run as Administrator. So left click on Run as Administrator, and then you get the Chessbase 11 Run Setup install box. Now, what you actually get from now on is exactly the same as if we just clicked Run Setup.exe from the start. This is just a strange feature of Windows 7 and Windows Vista that may make it easier in the future. As I say, it's not vital. So let's just close down the Windows Explorer window and we'll go back to the Chessbase 11 install box. So once we're ready to go, it's very simple. You'll see the option Start is greyed out because we haven't installed the program yet. That's an option to close it, which we don't want to do. We want to install it. So simply clicking once will now start the installation process. Now, with installs, you'll find that things do take a little bit of time. There's really no getting around this. It's all going to depend on the computer hardware you're using, how fast your DVD drive is, and how fast your processor is, and how much memory you've got. This video itself may take a few minutes, but we're going to stick with it for the whole installation of Chessbase 11. Of course, the system I'm using at the moment is Windows 7, but the process is very similar whether you're using Windows 7, Windows Vista, or even Windows XP. But if you are using XP, you'll need Service Pack 3 installed on your machine, which is a free download available from the Microsoft website. Okay, so the install has started to initialize, and the setup wizard is asking for permission to start. When you're ready, simply click Next. Now it's asking you where you want to save the folders for the Chessbase 11 program. Now, this is one of the things that comes back and haunts me when I'm doing tech support for Chessbase products, where people have changed the default location of the program files. It's just much simpler, much easier to accept the default location. You don't have to, but believe me, it will make your life so much easier. So you don't need to change anything, simply hit Next. Okay, it's now saying it's ready to start. At this point, you may have a little symbol on the install button, and Windows may sometimes ask for special permission, which is the user account control feature of Windows, which is in Windows Vista and Windows 7. If it does, just click OK because you want to go ahead, but here we're just ready to go, so we're about to click Install. Now this installation, it's just going to be a case of copying files. It's going to copy files from the disk automatically onto your computer hard drive. There's no shortcut here, we're just going to sit back and watch it as it installs. So let's go. Click Install. As I say, this is probably going to take a few minutes, but by watching this video you'll see everything that you should see on your own computer. Everything's just taking a little bit of time to get going, but eventually what you'll see is this bar along the middle start filling up from the left. There's quite a lot of files and important folders that it needs to copy over from the Chessbase 11 disk. So this does take a few minutes, as I say. And don't worry if, say for instance, just like here, it doesn't look as though it's doing anything. It's actually just initializing, so there's no need to worry. These things do take time. Here you can see it's already started now, it's filling up. You can see the bar filling up with green from the left as it's copying the files. It's going quite quickly, but as I say, it may depend on your computer to how fast this installation process goes. Just let it do its thing. This is all done automatically, so there's no need to worry about where you need to move things to. Simply just a case of letting the install program get on with it. As you can see, it is filling up, albeit quite slowly. So don't worry if yours is either going faster or slower. As I say, it completely depends on your computer hardware. It's quite a painless installation procedure. As I say, it just takes time. If you want to, you can fast forward this video to the when this process is finished. I'm just sticking with this for the whole video so that you can see everything exactly as it happens. I'm just going to leave this to install for now, and I'll be back when that installation's finished. Well, there we go. As I say, that does take quite a few minutes. If you watch that video in real time, well, then you're probably a bit crazy. Right, we've got to the final screen. The setup wizard informs us the installation is complete. So all we need to do is click Finish. Now you see there's an icon for Chessbase 11 has actually appeared on the desktop. Probably be one in your start menu as well. And if you go into all programs, you'll probably see a folder for Chessbase, which also has Chessbase 11 in it. So when you're ready to go, simply double click the icon. And you'll see that the starting up program for the starting up window for Chessbase 11. It's usually a good idea actually before you do start the program up to reboot your computer, but we won't do that just now. Just for the sake of this video, we'll load up Chessbase 11. There you go. It's now asking if we want to install the standard databases. It comes with the big database 2010 and it's also got the player encyclopedia. If you want to do this, simply click yes, but for now we'll click no because I've got everything on my computer hard drive anyway. But if you have bought it and you want to use the databases that came with it, simply click yes and that will all be done automatically. Again, that process will take a few minutes to install the databases. But if you don't need any of the databases on the disk, simply click no. Next, it's asking if you'd like to register the file types of this application. Well, that basically means that if you ever click any file such as a PGN that you've downloaded or a CBV or a CBH file, which are the different files formats for Chessbase databases, then if you double click them in Windows Explorer, it will simply cause Chessbase 11 to be the program that opens up whenever you do that. So it's usually a good idea to click yes for this. Our final screen, the activation key. That's very simple. You'll actually find your activation key on the front of the instruction manual that comes in the Chessbase 11 box. So get hold of the box, open it up, and you'll see the Chessbase 11 manual. Down at the bottom of the front cover, you'll see a long stream of digits. Simply enter those in here. So you've got 5 boxes, each should take 5 digits. You'll see when you look at the manual that the code's split up into these sections of 5 digits each. And of course, although it's already entered here, it should end with CB11. And of course, finally, we have these 4 figures here. A lot of people ask me where these get entered in because they can't see. There's a box right below just here. Now, the code here that you see will be different when you install. In fact, it'll be different every time you install Chessbase 11. So in this case, you can see it's a letter K, a letter M, a letter A, and a letter S. So you simply enter those in. As I say, it will be different for you. Enter your activation key, and when you're ready to go, simply click OK. So there you go, that is the full Chessbase 11 install. Once you click OK, you'll be ready to use the program. You can see already here that the program is ready to go. And check out some of my other videos on how best to use the functions of the new Chessbase 11.